All right. So, uh, can someone do me a quick recap of what happened last time?
I could feel you all staring at me. All
Man,
right.
You just
Here's
do
what
it
I
so well.
remember. Last time, let's see, what was the name of our legionnaire friend? Uh, Thomas?
yep.
Yes, there we go. That's the right one. Thomas received a request to go and free Hector from the underworld, or at least move him from the bad part of the Greek underworld to the good part, because he's been punished by Hera again, because Hera can't get over herself. Uh, but he's been given the request to basically go to hell, move Hector around, and put things right. He came to us, and we've grouped up and tried to form a plan to go to hell. And after much trial and tribulation, have made the journey. Uh, I believe we're now actually in Italy somewhere. I think at
Yep.
a lake.
Near Naples. Yes.
Yes, there we go. And we had ventured into the cave and met a frost giant who was waiting in ambush uh, to ambush somebody else. After demonstrating that we can take a hit from him, he decided that he liked us enough and our gumption, or at least lives, and allowed us to pass. And therefore, we continue onwards, literally into hell. This is a good plan.
Nothing to say here, but you're not into Hades proper just yet.
Right, we haven't quite crossed the river yet.
You haven't quite. You don't even see any
Seen the
river
river
right
yet.
now.
Yeah.
As far as you know,
We're not to the underworld yet. We're just
yeah,
going there. Does anyone have a handbasket?
And
yeah.
so four Scions died spelunking mysteriously.
As far as you know, you're just on the ground for now. You haven't seen any. Yes.
Before we go to hell, I have a stupid mechanics-based question.
Mm-hmm.
What
Go on.
does virtue do?
Oh, virtue. Basically, virtue is once you are in a track of virtue, like let's say you're full at vision, you are obligated to any action you have to do has to be in accord with the virtue you're in. But in exchange, you can every point of momentum you spent give you 2 dice for that virtue, and you can go back to the track if you do a virtue that is the opposite virtue. Sorry, I have some trouble explaining. Let's take an example. Let's take leave. Okay, a virtue are audacity and fatalism. Recently, she has been audacious, so she has slid toward the audacity part of a virtue track. She has full audacity now, so she is in a virtuous rage, so to speak. She cannot take any action that is not related to audacity. But if she spent momentum, she gained 2 dice for each momentum she spent.
Well, then how would she
And
go back to the other way?
if she wants to go back, she has to do an action that is fatalistic, and then she will go back towards fatalism.
But you just said she couldn't do a fatalistic action. She can only do the
Yeah,
other.
she can.
No.
That's the only type of action she can.
It's not that you have to do only audacious actions. It's that you can't not be. I can't not be audacious if the opportunity arises.
But if she finds an opportunity to be fatalistic, she can, and then she can go back to the slide back toward fatalism. And
so, just for reference, what is your interpretation of fatalistic actions?
That depends.
Obviously, different people would have different, thresholds for that.
Accepting the situation, letting fate do its thing.
Are you a femme fatale?
What? No.
No. Okay, so
what could be a good example?
So going with along with things as they are, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
admitting you cannot like you cannot change the world or something like that. Like I don't know. Let's say you're a lawyer and your client just and you lost the trial, and you don't try to how
Appeal
is
or
it
anything.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't try to appeal, for example.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you don't believe you could win. But yeah, in the underworld, there should be plenty of opportunity to be fatalistic.
Guys, looks like we're stuck here. Guess I'm staying.
But yeah, for now, you find yourself into a series of tunnels. The rocks are jagged. It seems to be a natural passage. You're not sure if it's. It doesn't seem to be any sign of man-made polishing the walls or anything like that. It's very, very small. There's a dampness in the air, and there's quite a bit of wind still since you're near the exit or the entrance, depending on your point of view. It's pitch black right now, and well, who's taking the lead, so to speak? Although you only have one path ahead of you, as far as you can see.
What happened to Thor? Or Odin? Or whatever?
It's just he didn't move. He just let you pass.
Yeah, Adun.
Apparently, he's waiting for someone else.
Yep. But well, I
Yeah.
have all the climbing gear and the flashlights, so I'll go ahead and take the lead. Sure.
I'm a human
What am I
flashlight.
if not a leader?
Uh, all right, so you take the lead. It's the first time you've gone spelunking like that. The air, as you progress deep into the bottle of the earth, the air gets a little bit more stale. You arrive, there's lots of intersection, smaller tunnels, bigger ones. You're really not sure uh, where to where you should be going. I want you to make me a roll, either survival, intellect, or resolve occult.
Let's see. Resolve occult would give me 6. Intellect would in survival would only give me 3. So I'll go ahead and roll 6. I'm
There
roll occult.
is a difficulty of 2 and complication of 2.
Is it just him rolling this?
You can help if you want to, but let's see. What do you have?
I have a 3 survival and a 1 occult, so
Uh, you can roll what you want to give him an enhancement if you wish.
Okay.
okay,
Yeah, let's do
I will attempt that. What's the worst that could happen? Oh god, it's all ones.
that. Ooh, very nice.
Okay, and well,
And that'll give me 4 enhancements, right?
3 enhancement is a maximum you can get.
yeah,
Okay,
the
here's
most you can get from a single source is 3.
Still comes out to a 10 total then.
10 total. 1 second.
5 total, I mean. Ah.
5 total. All right. So I assume you buy up the complication.
Yes.
So you begin to trust your instinct. You know, you think the deeper you go, the closer you will be. So you begin to take the tunnel that go slightly and in a slightly more on the ground. Then after, sure, maybe 1, 2 hours, it's hard to keep track of time. You begin to feel something as you walk. The tunnel seems to be a bit more polished. Everything seems to be a bit more square. The floor, the floor, yeah, the ground, to be more precise, seems to have been polished a bit by water running, slight trickle of water along the way, but you feel a certain unease as you go down, like something, a cold wind passes through you at regular intervals. And yes,
Oh, I was just like gonna add to the flavor. It's like, yeah, because of my understanding of ancient lore, I understand to go closer to the fear of death, not farther away. But yeah, tracking on.
after a while, you're pretty sure you're on the right path as your flashlight begin to sporadically go in and out the deeper you go. And you begin to see in the darkness just faint silhouettes, just that seems to be marching ahead of you, through you at some point. And you can hear running water, actually.
Hey,
Deep.
we're definitely getting close.
Yeah. uh, what is it? A bit far from you, but you're definitely sure you can hear water. Uh, After a little bit more time, you arrive in what seems to be a gigantic cavern. You cannot see the ceiling, but you can see you're on the shore of a great river that seems to be circled down land. There's there's a small. You're not sure if it's light or just ambient luminosity because you don't see any sources of illumination, but you're all able to see. Uh, to see at least without the help of the flashlight. On the shore of the cement shore of you can see what looks like people. Naturally, they're faded, their skins are gray, faces devoid of really any significant features. And you see some waiting at a bird, some seems to be begging at others, on their knees, crying. What do you do?
Oh, this seems like a cheerful place. Exactly as anticipated. But you said that there was a small light in the distance.
You're not sure. It's not in the distance. It's all around you. There's lightning, but you cannot find the source of it. Maybe it's
Okay.
just your eyes that have adjusted to the darkness, but it's not as dark as it should be.
Right. Um, but you said like the river proper is like at least in front of us now, correct?
Yes,
Uh,
100
there's
meters.
there's no like sort of dock or anything nearby.
Neither can you see, but some people are waiting, and a vast mob of people are just on their knees in defeat. Some are crying, some are begging others of a shade.
Right. We're not the only ones who've had the idea to come down here, it seems. Maybe.
None of these people look alive. They are ill
Okay.
defined. They're more like silhouettes.
Gotcha.
They are gray, white, and Yeah, no significant features on most of the faces.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Turn around to everyone. And go. All right. So we have the payment, right?
I made sure to bring some coins.
All right. So let's go ahead and pass those out now. This seems like the time.
Alright. I thought everyone was bringing their own, but okay.
Well, no,
I
no,
brought
that's
spares.
that's what we assigned you to do.
I brought spares just in case.
Hey, there we go. Perfect.
Are they American nickels and dimes or something more fancy, more
Uh,
rare?
They're probably the dollar coins, but
They're
All right.
presidential commemorative coins. They'll increase in value in 20 years.
no, they won't. They never do. But yeah, they're probably like silver dollars or something.
All right. You have enough for, well, every one of you to buy passage.
And hopefully back.
And you can see the rivers is black and oily, but it's not calm. There's a bit of wave, propelled by an invisible wind. Doesn't look safe to swim, to be honest.
Right. Like, even if this wasn't a supernatural river, the possibility of undercurrents and being dragged deeper into a cavern system is not exactly inviting.
You can do me an intelligence occult, actually, all of you, if you want.
Cool. Let's do another one. I am one.
Yeah, one success, Kyle. It's not really that complicated.
Okay, that's 0 successes. I accidentally put in the wrong
Oops.
bracket.
It's deliver. Yeah, four successes, one success.
Wait, you said that was intelligence occult?
Yes, it was.
I have one more die.
Oh, all right.
Nothing. Never mind. So it's 2.
Okay. So you know that there are 5 famous rivers in the underworld, and depending on who your source is, this river is either Acheron or Styx.
As long as it's not Leth.
You also know that in some interpretation of the Greek underworld, the river is surrounding the underworld and go back into Oceanus, the primordial sea. And technically, you may be, perhaps, you're not sure, able to take your boat and just go out of the underworld and back into the normal world. That seems like a stretch, but the metaphysics are a bit murky.
Right. If it was Acheron, we could probably still cross it, but I guess we probably still need to wait for someone else to ferry us for the River Styx? Or would that just end up with us as uninvited guests?
Well, in every case, it's not recommended to swim into either of the rivers.
Every
Right.
one of the rivers has a thing that
Though-
would stop you from going across them.
Yeah.
Given the
terms of
ghosts lined
planning,
up on the
we don't
shore.
have like a lot to make a new boat here, so we might have to wait anyway.
Well, I would assume anytime anyone associated with the Greeks or Romans dies, he has to make a trip.
Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't be waiting too long.
You know that there are 3 psychopaths, Charon, Thanatos, and Hermes, that usually ferry the dead.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see who's on shift today, huh?
Do you go near the shore, or there's still a continuing flow of people passing by you? Well, people, shades. To be honest, that doesn't
It's
really.
not just like an accumulating crowd or something, is it?
Yes, there is.
Well, it looks like there's a little bit of a backup, so we're kind of waiting too. I guess we could go closer to the shore and just try to like peer across the lake and see if we actually see anything.
As you get closer to the shore, there's two kind of reaction for the shade. Those that form a line and just wait at the shore don't seem to register you, but those that were on the knees, as soon as you approach, they begin to plead with you in a multitude of language. Recognize Latin, Greek. There's a few English words too, and basically there's a lot, but most of them they seem. Actually, do me academics intelligence check, please. Difficulty 2.
All right, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice for that.
I mean, I know every language, so.
Oh, you do.
So yeah, it won't be a problem for you, but for me, I have to actually try.
You have the.
Cipher. Cipher
Yeah,
covers
you do
every
not
language.
You do not need to roll. Dragoslav, you know that they are begging for coins to buy off the passage. Yeah, same for you. All of you understand that.
All right. So while we have our special silver dollars, just to make absolutely certain that we can get across, minor item, Emmerich. I'm going to go ahead, take off my little hiking backpack, and reveal a large bag full of pennies, nickels, and quarters.
From where do you?
Imagine like $5 worth of coins.
Sure. As soon as you pull out the bag, there's a frenzy among the dead. They are fighting. There's not enough coin for everyone, but some are praising you, some are just viciously attacking each other. It doesn't seem to be able to damage uh, to do damage between them, but they still try. And
Right, and I assume
there's
they're
some.
also ethereal enough that they can't really like force themselves on me or
No.
something. But they want to.
Yes.
It's a $5 in coins. That should be enough for the next people that die in 2 minutes, 2 minutes, minute and a half.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's kind of like an overwhelming amount, but
You're-
I came a little prepared.
You're throwing
in case
candy to the starving children of Paris.
Yes.
Well, let's see. 2 coins per person. If it's all in pennies, that's 250 people.
Yeah, how many
that
people
should last
die?
for about 6 seconds here.
How many people die a second? And then even if just in Greece, how many people die a second?
Yeah,
Oh no, that's all of the Greek the TOE worshippers. So they're
on the planet. So.
yeah, they have expanded beyond Greece for a long time.
Right, but
Um,
still, that's pretty. I mean, it's still pretty isolationist. I'm just saying that it's still a
Yeah.
lot of people. We're agreeing on
It
that
is.
matter.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
So I guess like in the world of Scion, it's not just like people who die in Greece, it's like anyone belonging
Yes.
to the religion then. So yeah,
Anyone
even
worshipping the
larger
tier.
numbers.
Right, but
you
even if that's like
can-
1% of the Earth's population, that's still a ton of people a second.
Yeah.
You have definitely broken the balance, but do justice for some of the dead who are buried without coin. So you can go and go towards justice on your virtue track.
All right.
I kind of give you a smile.
I'm
Like,
now at 2 justice.
like,
know.
why didn't I think of
Absolutely
that?
It occurs to me. It occurs to me that the psychopomps don't care about inflation because they don't care what coins you actually bring. So if you were to
Yeah.
bring some sort of minting machine down here,
You could.
just automate the cycle, then nobody has to worry about it.
Well, does it have to be legal tender? Because I mean,
No, remember we joked
Yeah,
about that
like,
before.
cheese coins count?
We
I'm
literally-
not sure yet.
This is literally a joke we made a month ago. Really,
Yeah,
it
100%.
does.
I know.
It does not matter apparently, so long as they're coins.
Well, not chocolate coins, but like as at least if there's a bit of metal in it, it counts. Yeah.
Well, fuck. I can just pick up stone off the ground.
All right. So assuming that 1.8 people die every second, and every single dead person came here, this would actually be enough coins for 4.5 minutes.
Something like that.
So proportionally from there compared to how much of world's
No,
population.
that couldn't be 4 minutes because it's 2 coins per person.
Oh yeah. So
Oh, so like half
less than that. Yeah.
So 2
minutes,
minutes, like we said. We ballparked the right answer.
Hey, you know what this will do? In
Nothing.
terms of actually assisting us. There's going to be a large crowd crossing with us. At least we can attempt to mingle.
Yes,
chance.
the 3 living people amongst a bunch of ethereal shadows. We won't stand out.
That's okay. I used to be a part of a film production studio. Here's some
Oh,
here's
so
some
you're
packets of like glow in the dark dust.
I was hoping you would say I used to be part of a flash mob.
I was just
Dress
gonna say,
ourselves up
oh,
as
so
go.
yes, we're extras. Got it.
Yeah, there's zero chance that you can pass us from other shades without divine powers.
Yeah, I figured as much. But that's at least a fun joke to break the tension with as we all wait to cross into hell.
You hear the crowd begin to whispers as you see on the bank of the rivers a figure begin to emerge. Figure roaring towards the bank.
It's the friendly neighborhood ferryman.
The ferryman just dock on the shore, and you see the shade begin to approach him.
And I suppose we will too. I imagine he might have a slightly larger boat.
Nope,
Nope. Okay.
it's very small.
Standing room only.
Maybe 6, 7 people.
Wait, are they ethereal or did you make that up?
They're kind of ethereal. It's kind of hard to see, but they cannot merge into each other.
Right, but I mean, can
It's
I
more
stick
like-
my hand through one? I mean, that's what
Yes, you can.
ethereal. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much room is on the boat. We could stand in the middle of these guys.
You can, yeah. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter for you. It matters for them. So I think you said you approached.
Yep, that'll be the idea.
All right. You don't really have to fight off the shade, as you can walk right through them, as Teta pointed out. And you're soon near Karen, who is kind of big. He's black hooded figure. You don't see any face inside of it or anything. It's more like someone cloaked a shadow and gave him a boat and something to row it. But he's big, at least 7 feet tall, and very emaciated. He seemed to look at you as you come by. His expression is, well, there's none really, so it's kind of hard to decipher what are his thoughts or.
I'm gonna hold up my 2 coins. Either that or do whatever Thomas does.
Thomas doesn't seems to be 100% sure of what to do, so
He's
he-
looking up at a giant impression of the thing that is supposed to carry him off to death. I think he's a little
Yeah.
startled.
So just a bit, but yeah, he ends out his 2 coins. He doesn't really say anything. He just awkwardly give it to Karen, who takes it into his skeletal hand, not saying anything.
I'll go ahead and say pleasant morning there, and go ahead and hand over my coins.
He takes your coin from you, and it's the coldest thing you ever touched.
Ah, dear. Shivers
Like-
straight up my spine.
You're actually amazed that your hand didn't just froze.
Yeah, I'm like probably looking at it, like inspecting it for frost, and then trying to like
Yeah.
rub my other hand to it.
Colder than that
Actu-
dry ice you accidentally fell into that one time.
Yeah. It's called it's not pleasant.
Colder than that absolute zero research facility you once visited.
Yeah.
Or are we just going over my Dr. Freeze backgrounds now?
Colder than that time you invented a freeze ray.
Well, that just stops time. So
one by
Yeah,
one,
slightly different.
one by one, you get into the boat, take your seats, and after a while, be- begins to row towards the land mass that you can barely see across the river. The boat ride isn't calm. Some of you are a bit, maybe, what's your composure? Let's see. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, Thomas is shitting his pants.
Did he have like one?
Yeah, it doesn't really have. Yeah, Lance and Thomas, you pretty sure you're gonna sink. The wave are crashing against the tiny, tiny wooden boats. Dragoslav
I
and
thinking I
Liv,
could make my own boat across this.
yeah, Dragoslav and Liv, you're a bit more confident. I mean, it's scary, yeah, but you're in the underworld, so
Well, the thing is that if a boat is rocking, a small boat, you just, V out your legs, one to either side of the boat. That way you can tilt side to side as the boat tilts.
yep,
It's fine.
it's fine.
If you get thrown off, you'll lose your memories and then probably die.
No,
Well,
again, that's
no, it's
that's
not
the river
lethal.
Leth. Leth makes you forget, and that's only if you swallow the water. So just make sure you
Yeah,
plug your nose,
part
close
of
your
the-
eyes, hold your breath, and wait till you reach the surface again. And then have somebody wipe down your face, because again, you don't
I
want
didn't
that
bring
shit.
my swimming certificate today. I can't do this.
this is either Styx, the river of hate, or Acheron, the river of woe. And you remember a myth where Zeus used Acheron's waters to punish the gods? You're not sure. So yeah, no dipping. But then again, Achilles, well, had a bath into one of them, and it turned out fine. Actually, Achilles is the guy is one of the reasons you're here right now.
Yup, might end up bumping into him a little bit. We'll have to find out.
Well, I mean, to be fair, though, he'll look perfectly fine, except for a limp.
You have a tense, well, journey, but after a while, you arrive near the other landmass, and everything seems to be fine. The ground is very flat, like you can see very far, and there's a smell, kind of a sweet smell of flowers. You can see a field of flower in the distance. The shades seem relieved to finally be here, and they dismount from the boat. I don't know. I don't know boat language.
Disembark.
Dismount would probably make
Disembark.
sense.
Thank you.
Disembark.
Disembark. Yes. And
all ashore. Let's go on ashore.
you
That's
on
in
the
character.
shore. Yeah. You're on the shore, and I would like all of you to do me a quick wits survival difficulty 2.
Do you mean cunning?
Cunning. Sorry.
Just
Alright.
making sure. Yeah, I know they changed everything.
Yes. Yeah. Cunning.
I have no survival, but I got one success.
Not enough. Can get a point of momentum as consolation. Ooh.
Again, you forgot the thing, right?
Oh, I did that backwards again, but I
The
did
exclamation
still got
mark.
it right.
3/8. So that's
Still
still
got it
pretty
right.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 3/8. So, Leave, you're the only one to hear in the distance what seems to be a loud and very kind of bass growl. And you feel the ground shakes just a tiny bit, almost imperceptibly, but pretty sure you heard the growl.
I just kind of look in the vague general direction. Guys, did you hear that?
Hear what? I just smell flowers around here right now. I wonder, is this the Elysium Fields, or is it the Meadows of Unrequited Love?
I think. Wait, wouldn't the
Why?
Elysium Fields be deeper?
Do you feel love right
this
now?
is the Asphodel Meadows, as far as you know.
Anyway,
As you-
yeah,
yeah,
I think a certain doggy is not happy. Just a hunch.
Not good. Here, take this, and I will just like hand some like jerky trail snacks from from the
as you
hiking
begin
bags.
to talk casually and waste time, the ground around you begin to shake.
Yeah, I literally just shove it into Liv's hands as that happens and goes, "Best of luck," and I
And
will leave behind a shadow of myself and then dart away to try to hide
Bef-
somewhere.
before that,
Okay.
you see this fella
Oh.
approaching. Two of his heads are growling, one of them is sniffing the air. And they see you pretty quickly.
It's not really something to worry about.
This thing is the size of a big house.
No,
All small mansion.
I mean to say that Cerberus is not here to kill us. We're already dead. Well, we're supposed to be already dead. We should be classified by our sins to be taken to the correct level of hell. Cerberus has nothing to do with us.
Well, as you confidently explain that, that doesn't really seem to be the case. As the big doggo is walking towards you, growling.
Right, but I'm gonna exclude this confidence all the way up until I get smacked in half, so... Also, I believe that if a dog was really intending me harm, it would be charging me down and not walking at me.
Well, his walk is like a sprint for humans, so it
Right.
doesn't really have to.
I mean, for a house-sized creature, sure, but I mean, the fact is that it's
Yes.
not bounding, it's walking.
True. Maybe it's lazy.
Sure, which means that it's not particularly threatened by me or hostile.
So what do you guys do?
Liv, throw out the snacks.
House is Cerberus dog intelligent or human intelligent? Because if he's human intelligent, that might be insulting.
He might still like snacks.
Quick, rub them all over your face.
See, this is why she's holding on to them now and not me.
This was your idea, man. I mean, if we're gonna die here, we're gonna die here anyway. But this was your idea. I tossed the snacks to him.
Which he ignores completely.
No, I tossed them to Lance.
Oh, to
Ah!
Lance. Okay.
Oh, you should toss them at Thomas to
which
see what
Lance?
Thomas does.
Thomas has his spear ready and just say, I can't believe we didn't have a plan for it. Can't believe we came without a plan for that.
I thought you guys were planning that.
What Cerberus is purpose is to keep in, not out. So,
All right. So as you begin to just
Argue.
yeah,
rationalize the monster is what I'm doing.
Or
Yeah.
Let's just
To its face, by the
calmly
way.
keep walking.
the Cerberus is just near you, and one of its heads is going to try to casually bite down and chew. Let's see. That's leave. What did it
Of
do?
course, she's the snackiest now.
Exactly.
Can't believe it's not bacon. It's bacon! I can't remember how the commercial goes. It's great.
What do you try to do, Liv?
Okay. I'm going to do possibly the stupidest thing ever. I am going to wag a finger at it and tell it no, bad doggy.
All right.
And, please, does my animal training specialty give me a +1 here?
Oh, sure. Difficulty 5.
Okay, what the hell am I
Lead
rolling?
her in this charge.
You are going to try to roll. Mm, maybe difficulty 6 because that's not a dog. Yeah, no, animal training. Present survival, diff 6. And no, animal training won't count.
Curses. Just for the record, I'm burning a momentum here.
All right.
Do we have any?
Yes,
We start with equal to number of players.
you are 2 now.
Okay, cool.
Wait, what?
Oh, no, it's
I did that
not.
wrong again. Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
yeah, 1 success. Well, one of its heads look puzzled at you. The other 2 are trained to, well, play little tug of war with your body. Let's see. Okay. Didn't. Yeah. Still enough to bite you ass. You're gonna take 1 level of damage. Doesn't really seems to be concerned with you fleeing for now because you don't really seems like you're panicking or everything, but I it hurts. It snaps at your arm, and well, its fangs are the size of, well, your arm, your torso. So, Griff is AFK, so just gonna wait for him.
Yeah, while it's picking me up, I just go, this was a bad idea.
Griff, you're back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Cerberus is casually chewing on Leaf's arm. There's a lot of blood, a lot of pain. But one of his heads is busy, and the 2 other heads are looking at the rest of you. What do you guys do?
I'm going to try to cheer Liv on in freeing herself from the grasp.
I'm going to try and pry the mouth open to get my arm back.
That said, I'm instructing her which way to wiggle and trying to activate inspirational aura on this and reduce the difficulty she has to face.
Sure.
So let's see. So that'd be leadership and leadership, so 6 dice. Yeah. And that'll give you some enhancement bonus. 2. So for every 2, reduce the difficulty of all actions taken by 1. It's something.
Difficulty 5 then.
It had difficulty 5 to pry my arm free.
Yep.
Bend your arms, move your knees.
Okay, what am I rolling for this?
Might close combat.
All right. I don't suppose I get scale for quote unquote lifting since I'm just prying here.
Nope.
I'm not really trying to fight it.
Now if you want scale, you're gonna have to spend some legend.
Yeah, it is the size of a house, I guess.
Yes. It has scale. Yes, Cerberus.
Oh, it's coming through the headphones!
Actually, giving you scale wouldn't be a bad idea. I do have that ability now.
Yeah. No, I was just hoping my epic strength would be useful here.
Let's see. I forgot what epic strength.
That's why I asked if I could get a point of scale, but
Let me see. Epic strength. Epic strength. No, it's not lifting, breaking, or carrying a large object. It's breaking free of a monster.
Realizing that it's a scale thing, could the same roll instead be masterful efficiency instead of inspirational aura? That would change it from reducing the difficulty by 1 to increasing the scale by 2.
Sure.
No, up by 1. I'm limited by half my
Ah.
legend rating.
Sure.
So that would probably be more useful in terms of assisting. So I lead her into a task to be more efficient to the point of acting as if she was larger.
all right. So that's 3 successes plus 1 scale, I guess, if he gave me scale.
So +2. So yeah, that's just enough to.
You didn't do the exclamation mark thing again, though.
Sorry, what? What did
I'm
you say?
I'm just saying I noticed the exclamation mark thing wasn't there. I don't know if that matters to the success number.
Exclamation mark.
Oh, the exclamation mark rerolls 10s. All right.
Oh yeah.
I completely forgot that was a thing.
Is that what the
It's-
exclamation mark does? Okay. No, I completely
one.
forget what the success number is.
You have to use this one, Mark, not this one.
Yeah, because I only saw 1 success, which is why I was saying anything at
Yeah,
all.
that's one success right now. So that's not enough. Your arm is dangling. You think your tendons and sinew are being exposed. It's painful.
Can I try and
Very,
assist?
very painful. What do you want to do?
I want to take off my shoe and slap it across the nose. Bro, that dog.
Sure. I mean,
It's like
I think we need to stop thinking of it as a pet, everyone. It's going to literally rip off her arm.
yeah, but it's like punching
figured-
it's like punching a shark in the nose. It's the most sensitive part of their body.
I mean, sure. You might want to use divine power to get you out of this situation because, I mean, just saying.
Look, no. Thomas isn't here today. This is how we're going to spend the whole session.
I'm going to take my shield and I'm going to try and pry its mouth open or at least protect my arm from a tooth or two.
Like, you can attack it. Well, it's gonna attack too. I mean, it's not gonna just
Yeah.
wait for you guys to screw around. So, two. Oh boy. 5.
Yeah, it's got a lot of dice.
5. Yeah,
We basically have to free live and get out of here, honestly.
yeah, it seems to be annoyed with you booping his nose with your shoes. With your shoes. Your shoe, not your shoes. You only used one. In his leave, you feel yourself being lifted up by the maw as another head come bite on your other arm, and it hurts like hell. You can get yourself 2 level of damage.
Okay, so am I at 3 levels now or 4?
3 level now.
Okay.
It's a shame I made Thomas the armor.
I at least hopefully had the I think I had the you know, can I have had the shield in that hand?
Can you what?
Can I have had the shield in that hand?
Sure, it's in its mouth. Being chewed.
Yes, but if it's in my hand, then that means only part of its teeth can get that arm.
Uh,
Actually, would I have gotten a defense roll for that one?
if you want to, but like you didn't do, and none of you did really anything to defend yourself, as far as I know. Like,
Well,
Yeah, I'm only literally trying to help her free herself at this point.
well,
but
I mean, when I realized it wasn't working, I, was starting to get my arm out because,
Well, you tried to anyway.
weapon. Starting to get my shield out because, and I would have tried to not be bitten.
sure, you can try, but it has one,
A lot of successes.
7 successes.
Okay, well, I might at least be able to make it so it can't crit on me.
Yeah, given the nature of tens, it makes it not impossible.
Oh, I didn't reroll the 10s.
Yeah, you do have a number of them. And another one.
8.
And another one. Like I said, given the nature of tens.
And-
Thank you. Alright.
So we're just gonna leave Live for Dead, right?
I mean,
Live for Dead. That sounds like a great name for a video game.
hey,
I am burning another momentum here.
like honestly, burn your legend and do something. Don't.
I
burn
don't
your
have
momentum.
legend. I don't have legend. I used it last session.
Oh yeah, well, anyone else burn legend.
Well, actually, I was thinking of tapping my Atlantean glass.
What?
Well, to ask my guide. He would know what to do in this situation, because there's all sorts of myths about Cerberus.
Yeah, you already researched.
Okay,
One
that's
success.
that's one success. It has one less success against me.
Yes. So, ouch. Your guide. What do you want to ask him in particular? You can ask for Deus Ex Machina if you want, but
No, I just want to know what, in the Legends of Cerberus, what is done to get past Cerberus. I mean, if Cerberus is in a legend, right, that means somebody had to have gotten past him. Because this
Orpheus
is what...
sung to him to put him to sleep.
Who did?
Orpheus.
Orpheus? The guy who fell in love with his mother? No, that's Oedipus.
No.
That's Oedipus,
No,
sorry.
that's Oedipus. Orpheus is the most iconic singer in the Greek world.
Cool. So, to get past Cerberus, we need the best singer. Okay. Did I ever say my Atlantean glass has sound? It has to have some sort of sound function, otherwise Tenjin couldn't talk to
Well,
me.
You know, I have presence and culture. I could just do it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna play Beyonce, but you do you, man.
You know, I don't think that would actually soothe Cerberus whatsoever.
Are you saying the Queen could not soothe a beast?
Nope.
I'm saying what you need to do is you need to play Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yes, the most soothing of songs.
But you don't find it soothing? Do you not?
Listen, whatever you sing, can you start doing it while I still have 4 limbs?
You don't have them at the moment. You only have 2.
So
They're
let's
still
see. So I can go
attached.
ahead and sing, and I'm trying to think like if I were to mix my artistry into this and give it a
Sure.
message, what would I actually be saying to it, if anything?
You don't really. It's not gonna
I don't know if I
respond.
have to. I don't think I
No.
have to. I just need to sing, so let's just do it.
No, you can pretty much use a boon that would be most appropriate. Because right now, you don't really have anything else.
Yeah, my
but-
2 boons don't necessarily apply to the situation.
No,
They apply
and
to
if you go,
social sort of situations, not getting eaten by the dog.
if
I
you
think you would
sing,
have
like,
I think you would have to marvel and then use the
yes,
darkness. Put them to sleep. Boon.
like you can choose, but you can. Yeah, I would highly recommend using a divine power because else you're toast.
Let's see. I'd have to like go fetch out the book for this. So what option do I have here then? Give me some cheerleading while I look this up.
You could use enthralling performance to make it so it can only look at you.
Yeah, that actually sounds perfect.
You could
It has
maybe
3 heads.
yeah, you could maybe try to put it to sleep by singing. But since it's a boon, you would have to use one of your motif. What motive do you have? Ow, shit. Sorry.
So motifs. Where are those? And is that just my legendary titles, or?
No, it's on your relics or your pantheon motif, which is yours is
And if you have something specific for your artistry
no, it
would-
doesn't.
Okay.
Yours is pantheon. You are Nedger, right? Speaking the sacred ritual words release second, lending power to the soul. So, yeah, you could, you know its name.
Yeah, that's
technically.
true actually. So 2 enhancement on the roll. I'm singing to it, and I'm trying to put it to sleep, and I have to use a motif with it.
Yes.
Well, I do have my loom, and I can make the world as it should be. And honestly, we've already seen this story.
Hmm.
So, as it should be, we will put Cerberus to sleep, not harm him, and continue on our way.
Okay. What kind of boon are you using? Ah, damn it, my.
The one that suggested that we would put it to sleep.
Okay, so I assume you are using your loom to quickly, in a at super speed weave a kind of tiny tapestry of Cerberus sleeping.
Yeah. So I'll have a representation of him sleeping, and as I'm weaving, I'm also singing, and I suppose that just creates sort of like a divinely hypnotic suggestion to it.
All right, so you can spend 1 legend.
Okay. So I'll
And
be down from 1.